There's absolutely no way. How does my hair look today? Does it look better today or yesterday?
Were you wearing this outfit yesterday?
I wore a black.
It was a black.
It's a black.
Okay.
If it was up to me, I would just wear the same thing every day. If Brittany Rene would let me wear the same
outfit
I could
every
wear
day?
the same thing every day. I could wear this outfit, as a matter of fact, every single day.
Oh, safe birthday.
Heather, what's up, girl? Thank you for getting on here. Cousin Charlie, I see you on here. Brittany Rene, Belinda Arender. Good morning, everybody. Cousin Charlie wanted me to talk about this today. I'm just kidding. He don't want to talk about this. So before we get started, I do want everybody to be clear. I am not in any way talking about being chauvinist today. This has nothing to do with a woman. Cousin Charlie, I don't know if I was clear or not. Hey, Tommy Santel, Bill Glass, everybody, good morning. So I do not want anyone to think I am at all sexist. I'm talking about I am still trying to figure out how I can take my selfishness, my narcissistic ways, and still coexist with a family inside the house. So that's what I'm trying to do. So before we get started, I want to give a big plug for hey, I can't say my girlfriend now, can I?
Cannot.
Can I not say girlfriend?
She's still your girlfriend, but she's
still
more than that.
She's my fiancé. My fiancé. Fiancé. So, this is her biggest month. The biggest month she's had in the shop. We looked this morning, it's already her biggest month. So I want to give a congratulations to my fiancé for what a big month. I am her I need to be her biggest cheerleader. If I am not her biggest cheerleader, that's a problem. You know what happens if I'm not her biggest cheerleader eventually, Cousin Charlie?
What happens?
She won't be my biggest cheerleader.
That's right.
John Burleson, thanks to you.
Find a cheerleader.
That's exactly right. Hey, John, we do need to do something to get you and Jim Wright some publicity. I don't know what we can do, but we do need to do something to get you your publicity, because you are the man that put that ring on Brittany Rene's finger, my fiancé. So let's give a big... For Brittany Rene, her biggest month, the biggest month she's had. So we're talking about it. To me, that means a lot to me, because I've been here with her since she started this. I know the effort she puts into it. I know her pain. I know her disappointment whenever things don't go her way. But every single day, I see that girl up grinding. She's doing... hey, thank you, Terry Barber, Ty Barber. I see the passion. I see what she puts into that. So everybody, I want you to help her out today by saying something nice. Hey, Kelly Santel, thank you again for your donation. Everybody help my girlfriend, because we really want to take this record and make it even bigger. So in May, my birthday month, she has a whole new target to aim for. So now, let's get down to what I really want to talk about, Cousin Charlie. Remember, this is not sexist. This is not male superiority. This has nothing to do with anything other than the fact I'm selfish. I'm an only child. I'm a narcissist. I'm trying to understand what it's like to live with other people. So Brittany, she had the home clean. The house was clean Friday. And I was out of town Thursday and came back Friday. And she went out to dinner with her buddies. I got Nicholas, we had pizza. So I get full and I just leave my stuff out. So she doesn't get home till later. And I felt like, man, you haven't seen me, the narcissist one, in nearly 2 days. You're going to walk in this house and you're going to be just so excited to see me. You're going to come running and hug me and say, you're the greatest because I haven't seen you in 2 days. I'm out on the road, Cousin Charlie. Out on the road grinding. So she spent money to have somebody come and clean the house. And I walked in, I'm like, man, it looks good in here. It looked real good. So when she comes in, I'm in the bathroom. I don't know what I was probably brushing my teeth or something. And I come in and she's in the kitchen. And she don't have that smile on her face. She's got these eyes that get big, and she cut them at me, and she was washing off the dish. And I'm like, damn, she's mad because of this little dish. I'm sitting here thinking, man, She didn't see me in 2 days. Why are you going to get upset over a dish and maybe a drink or something that was out? It's so small. Why are you upset about that? So I want to know, Kathleen, from your perspective, would you react the same way?
I actually just had it this morning.
Well,
because what you're not seeing is all that she was doing while you were gone.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so
you know why? Well, hold on.
You couldn't have just put this pizza box.
That's right. Do you know why I didn't see that?
Because you're a narcissist.
Because I'm selfish. That's exactly right. Because I'm just a selfish, oh, sorry guy. I didn't think.
And that big old box, and I can let that sucker sit there and just spew.
Well, I don't know if I had the box out because I pretty much ate all the pizza.
For me, it can even be like a soda straw. The wrapper. It's just something, it just says something to me like, wow, you can't even.
So I don't, your man person. Okay. Now she is saying this. She's saying she could see all my stuff in the bedroom because she didn't know there was a bigger surprise waiting on her in the bedroom, like my suitcase and stuff out. But she couldn't even see it.
Your man person.
She couldn't see it when she walked in.
What do you mean?
She could just see that plate and maybe a cup.
Yeah.
That's all she could see. Yeah. So she's saying, I saw your man purse and all that. She didn't see that stuff because it's back in the bedroom. She couldn't see it. So
she's probably used to it. But.
So by the time, and she didn't like how I handled, because I'm sitting here thinking about me. I ain't thinking about what she's had to do the last couple of days. I wasn't thinking about, hey, let's not answer that. Yeah, sorry, we're in a meeting. Yeah, let's just, we're very busy. Hey, Fallon Greenway, what shaking? So I'm trying to understand. So I can be, the reason why I'm doing this is not to blame her. The reason why I'm doing this is to put more awareness on me, to get a more, because this is just something I've never had to really think about, or something I've always neglected. Okay, so one time, so I pee in the shower. Do you pee in the shower?
From the
No, I don't pee in the shower.
Why? Do you not pee in the shower?
No, you're nasty.
What do you mean you don't pee in the shower?
No.
Everybody should pee in the shower. When you get in there and the water hits you, you don't pee in the shower.
No.
Cousin Charlie, I don't
I
believe
pee
it.
before I get in.
Yeah.
Well, I pee before and when I get in there. I just can't help it. So one day she spent a lot of
You pee
time.
in the pool.
I do. Half the time. It just depends. Sometimes it depends on how fat I am. If I'm fat and I'm in the pool and I don't want people to see me, I'll pee in the pool. So don't get in the pool with me. But I think everybody pees in the pool.
No.
Yes, they do. They do. I guarantee you peed in the pool before. I guarantee it. So one
So
time.
you pee in the shower.
So one time, she spent a lot of time cleaning the house. And she cleaned our shower. We got a tile shower, and she's in there cleaning. And every morning after I work out, I eat breakfast, I come home. What time do I wake up? 4:40. I'm in the gym by like 5:30. She's up, she's eating something, and she'll come in there and we talk while I'm taking a shower. That's our little thing. So this particular morning, we're sitting there talking, and the water cut off, and then I'm peeing in the shower. And it turned into World War III.
I bet it did.
Because I'm selfish. I'm a narcissist. I don't understand what the big deal is about that.
How many times have you cleaned the bathroom since living there?
None.
Well, that's part of the problem.
But I would just get somebody to go in there and pay it. I'd give them, they'd come clean the house, and I wouldn't have to think about it.
That's just disrespectful to the
That's what
owners.
she says it's disrespectful to her.
Yeah.
And I tell her this all the time.
Keep the water going at least.
Keep the water going. So I would never pee in the tub.
Oh,
I would never do that.
yuck.
I would never do that, okay? So you
In a
know.
pool.
The water wasn't even running. He straight up peed all over the tile. No, I aimed directly in the little drain. It was directly in the drain.
Okay.
So are most men unlike me? Are people like me? Are people like, there ain't no way other guys do what I do? Let's.
If any other guys do, I've never heard him admit to it.
Well, my best friend, Adam Wright, he does not. One night we were talking about this, and they were totally, him and Melissa were like, I cannot believe you do that.
Yeah.
Dang, I missed. I'm sorry. See, we all know you, Well,
Well,
everybody. Well, I'm going to tell you. Yesterday completed 21 straight days where I did not pee in the bathroom. Weatherman, I've got a question.
You're a puss.
This will not be turning into a vlog.
Yeah. Hey, do you pee in the shower?
Yes. I'm a man, ain't I?
Okay, cousin Charlie does not pee in the shower.
Because he's female.
I believe Blair. Do you pee in the shower? I don't think
It comes from being a bachelor. It just don't make any sense to step out and get the floor wet.
I agree.
But when you're married, you got to have respect for your wife. And if you do it, you can't let her see you do it.
I'm very open with her.
Or buy some of that Clorox spray and just leave it in the shower.
What is
When
that?
you just get out and just spray the floor.
I hear Bear. So obviously he.
You never peed in the shower, Charlie?
Oh, I pee in the toilet before I get in the shower.
Man, there
He's
is
just
nothing
saying that.
better.
Charlie's just saying
Men are gross. I'm sorry. I don't know how we got here. Brittany Rene, she didn't like.
Can we get back on track?
So, do you? Is it? See, I feel like is it easier to change a man's habits or a lady's expectations?
First of all, you have to understand the mind of both people.
Yes.
You have to understand the mind of your wife, and she has to understand the
My
mind
fiance.
of
My
you. Fiance.
fiance.
And then you have to try to come to a mutual agreement. So maybe you don't pee in the shower every day.
She ain't gonna give me credit. She does not give me credit for things she expects of me.
Right. But hey, as the husband or the new husband or
Fiance.
what's the man fiance called?
Beyonce.
Fiance.
I am
As
a
a
fiance.
fiance, if you're going to be the head of the house, you got to not create an argument, which means you got to get your big tail out of the shower
Yep.
and go to the toilet.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Since that day I got scolded,
Yeah.
I have not peed in the shower with the water not running.
He does pee in a pool, so don't let him come to
She
the
she allows me to pee if the water's running.
What if you're drinking beer and you're in the pool?
I don't get out. I don't
What
gripe
about all
my
them little
pan
kids?
unless it was literally just clean. So here's what I'm hearing. They'd all pee in the pool.
Yeah.
They all. So
The pool,
what's the
community
difference?
pool is the nastiest thing
Yeah.
ever.
So
y'all
let me
know all the time.
so here's what I've gathered from the morning grind this morning. I have to do a much better job of understanding what Brittany's doing for me as opposed to only focusing on what I'm doing for her. Can I not keep doing this?
Well, let me ask you a question. I know y'all been going. I know I'm late. Do you still just leave your stuff scattered all over the place?
I'm not good, but I'm going to say Brittany does not normally get on to me about doing that. She's very good about that. Yeah.
Well, she accepts you for who you are.
She does do that. Now, if the house was cleaned and I leave a little cup out, I feel like there's a little overreaction. That's me. That's the selfish side of me. Do you feel the same way, Cousin Charlie? Or are you scared to speak up?
Well, I can tell you this: if the house was clean when you got home, whether she had an event, it was her way of saying,
it was spotless.
"Hey, honey, I took care of the house. I did my duty." And it's like you walked in there with muddy shoes and just clomped down. That's how, even though you wouldn't mean it that way, that's the way it's perceived.
Is that an overreaction on their part?
It's both parts. So it's perception. And so if you don't understand her perception, she don't understand your perception. But guess what? You're the man of the house. You have to overcompensate.
She understands my perception. She understands I'm
Yeah,
lazy.
she pretty much lets you know when your perception is out of whack, don't she?
Perception is reality.
No, Blake just said something crucial. I bet you Brittany's going to chime in before I even...
I was wondering, did you ever thank her prior to her coming home? Thanks for having the house clean?
No.
No. So maybe that may have stopped.
Well, here's what Blake said. Look at what Blake said. Read that out.
Most women will cut you some slack if you show an effort to improve.
Okay.
Very
Now,
true.
Brittany's point was you have not shown any improvement in
You're
this.
going back.
How many times do we have to keep
Hey,
doing this?
You think the ring got you a little slack?
That's kind of how I start. Hey, I bought a little equity here, girl. That's what I'm thinking. So
No.
I'm going to be honest.
You got to have emotional equity.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. The way she was offended by this got me defensive.
Ooh, hey.
I got mad because she's getting mad at me. I dare her get mad at this narcissist. How fair is that?
Let's look at this. What if she don't tune in any of your stuff for the next couple of weeks?
Now, before you get on to me, Weatherman, you were riding around town. I did tell Cousin Charlie something, didn't I?
I'm as guilty as you are, so I gotta correct my bad habits all the time. Because my wife cleans, she washes the clothes. I'm so lucky. She mows the yard. I don't have to do anything. So I'm
now look,
fortunate.
Brittany Rene is going on here. She's brought up a. Now before you get too mean on me, Brittany Rene, I did tell cousin Charlie in front of all these people, I've got to always be Brittany Rene's biggest cheerleader.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm not her biggest cheerleader, eventually that's going to erode her cheering for me, and we're going to stop. So what did she say?
Let's talk about how you validate your side, which is so true. Y'all do that. You say, I feel like I do enough for you in other areas, so these little messy moments shouldn't matter. But she's telling you that these little things do matter huge to her.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So go ahead.
I was just saying, a clean house may be something that's very important to her.
That's how I operate.
I
think
understand.
if you had acknowledged that, thank you so much for having the house clean for me when I came home, it probably then wouldn't have been.
She takes pride in it to where you don't really give a dang about it.
Yeah. And I agree with what she's saying, but it's hard for me to agree in that moment where I feel like I'm getting attacked. You know, I go into defense attorney, Your Honor. Let me show you
go
my.
Back to
Your Honor, let me show you my scorecard for what I do for her.
Yeah.
And you know that mindset
the whole
that does. But see, I'm a work in progress.
Hey, when you're saying Your Honor, who's the judge that you're presenting your case to?
The one he's talking
The
to.
one you're talking to. So I think
point.
the judge might shut you down real quick.
You're exactly right. But see, if people want to know, Christian Beard, hey, with that open mouth there, if you want to know why I do this, why I'm so open, is because it brings an awareness that will make me a better fiancé or better husband. Because a lot of times I cannot trust my emotions. I can't trust how I'm feeling. So therefore, I ask other people. I get validations from others. A lot of times I go to the weatherman. The weatherman understands me. He understands how I feel. He understands how she feels. So if people think, man, Tommy, GTT is just a nut. He gets on here and he talks about this. Really, this is a self-improvement course for me right now. Yeah. I am understanding how to be better for Brittany Rene. If you don't ask other people, if you don't have friends that can give you clear, objective advice, you're not helping you. You're not helping your partner. So I believe, now looking back, how she feels. Now, that was a selfish point of view I had. I walk in, I order us pizza. I'm thinking, dude, hey, I'm taking care of
got pizza.
Got pizza. He ain't got to worry about nothing.
Hey, you mind cleaning it up?
Well, the pizza was back in the refrigerator, but the mess, and I think even Nicholas put his stuff away because he's responsible for dishes. The only thing out that night was my stuff.
So what kind of example did you set that night?
I'm not practicing what I preach. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling him, hey, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. But Brittany has brought up, hey, a lot of time, and if Brittany, the way I am, right or wrong, if she comes to me and just says it real soft, like, hey, you know, you're not really setting a good example for him. Instead of coming in there with a hammer, you'd get more out of me. But again, I'm not doing exactly how, I'm not communicating with her the way she wants.
You know, I've been able to talk to a lot of husband and wives over the years. And if we could go back 70 years, and the way it works is this. In order to be a better fiancé, a better husband, you have to be a better man. Which means you have to put things that you don't want to do for the lady. Now, also on the other side, the lady has to love you unconditionally and handle you in a way that doesn't make you get defensive. Then you'll want to do that. So what happens is we're in a generation now that it's a me mentality, and we combat.
Ooh,
and so we don't sit there and communicate. It's almost like we get in this defense mode instead of, I'm gonna tell you, if Brittany Rene, if she would come in when you make a mess and said, Tommy, it's okay, I'll clean up for you, I love you, I'm not gonna argue with you, you know I don't like it, I just would, it would mean a lot to me. I guarantee you wouldn't do it. The problem is it comes in like Holyfield and Tyson, let's get on. But, you know, that's what marriages are. That's what relationships are. That's what communication is. I have to do a better job. You have to do a better job because you have a son that's looking up to you now, or a son that you're raising, or a boy that you're raising. That how do you want him to be when he gets his own place?
So she brought up another point the week or 2 weeks ago after the Masters. I had a little get-together, some buddies.
That was Lucky's fault.
And I left the house We've got a dog. I left. The door was wide open.
Lucky opened it.
There was trash everywhere because Lucky, hey, you're right, Lucky. So she was also, there was still a little bit of smoke off that past fire. Fire was still burning a little bit.
It was still funny when she said, baby.
Yeah, she sent me a video. She was walking through the house. She sent me the video, and it looked like a scene out of Animal House in our house. There was probably 10 beer bottles on the floor. There was pizza boxes chewed up. Lucky got into stuff, and I wasn't home. You know, I was at a neighbor's house.
You wasn't even there.
Wasn't there.
I said, we got robbed.
I don't know what happened. But no, see, the point of doing this is my way of coaching myself. This is the way I get better at being not perfect for her, because there's no such thing, but this is the way I become a better fiance and to a husband, because for so long in my life I've been very selfish.
Were you wrong?
It was wrong. Yeah.
Did you tell you was wrong?
Baby, I was wrong.
That's the first step.
And it takes this kind of stuff, because again, at times I don't trust my point of view, because I know I'm emotional. I know I'm selfish. I know I can be a narcissist. So I don't always trust what my gut or what my emotions are telling me. So baby, you were right. You're right.
Would you say that your number one thing in life now is to make Brittany Rene happy?
She might not say that, but yeah.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking her.
I feel like I do whatever my goal is to give Brittany a life that nobody else could give her.
That a boy.
And that's in as many different areas as possible. That's financially, that's stability, that's emotionally, that's with Nicholas. I want to be a part of, in every area, my goal is to be the best. And that's why I need to have all these, that's why I have these talks, because this is where I'm coached up. You know, a lot of people, they wouldn't feel comfortable going on and talking about a problem. They wouldn't feel comfortable.
They don't admit it.
Well, me and her, we are open about our stuff because we know this is how we get better.
Yeah.
If you're closed off to listening, or if you're closed off to putting your stuff around other people, and you want to say, no, we don't have these kind of problems, you're not being honest with yourself. Me and her, we have come a long, long way about how we handle problems. I remember with me and her, we get mad at each other. It might take 3 days to work everything out. Now it's really worked out the next morning.
Yeah.
I mean, or that night, or we don't even have those problems. But the only way we got to this is we've gone through this.
Yeah.
We've gone through all this, and we've talked through this. We understand how you got to communicate, and we're still far from perfect, but it's a lot better. So, baby, I love you. Congratulations on having a great fiance yourself. I'm
Wake up every morning thing.
And you know what, though? Your problems happens in all of us.
Everybody.
Really, it's just all of us helps us. Like, okay,
I want to be everybody's coach.
Yeah.
But again,
Hey, I tell you one thing not to do.
Tell me.
Do not sit down and say, you write down 10 the things I don't like about you, and I write down the things that I don't like. Do not ever do that.
No, she knows.
Because that's a little thing that a lot of people do. And at the end of the day, we are complete opposites.
I like us to focus on let's focus on what we like. Let's get more into gratitude. But hey, this helps that, because now the next time that house is clean, the next time I turn that water off in the shower, Cousin Charlie.
You know what
Make
you
sure
need to
you
do?
have finished.
You need to surprise her one day and have the house clean.
She's
That's
on here.
exactly what
She's
I was
on here, Cousin Charlie.
But it's the surprise.
So you know what helps her. So after a busy week, or this is a busy month, so you make sure you're calling the housekeeper in.
Well, I'm going to say this before we get off. No, you're right. I'm going to say this because I feel like we've been going. How long have we been going?
About 23 minutes.
We've been going a long time this morning. And I'm going to say this, and Brittany Rene is going to use this against me at some point. But I'm saying this to be held accountable. Success in one area of your life does not justify failure in another. So just because I try to do all these things for her, those areas are great. That does not justify failing in other areas of our relationships. But what I do, I try to justify. Well, what about this? The defense attorney comes out. I present my case saying, look here, woman. Look at what I did. Hey, I picked Nicholas up from karate the other day. I said,
put my star on
I want my credit. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Tune in every day at 8:30 because I believe this will be impactful for your life. I think this will make your life, your business, and your relationships much gooder. Everybody, have a great one.